Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, the number one place for people who love design, art and all things creative. I'm Jacqueline and I'm an interior architect and designer here at D&B. So, if you're on this video, then it means that you're moving on to the next phase of your life as a college student. University is great, but sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, especially when you're in that first year and you don't really know what you're doing. Congratulations as well, of course, you're starting a new chapter of your life and it's really exciting. However, I thought it might be useful if I give you guys just some quick tips on how to survive your first year as an architecture or interior design student. Some things that helped me and also some things that I should have done. So if you're interested, let's jump in. I think one thing that will make your life so much easier is to buy all of the tools you need way before you actually start the course. When you're starting university, there are so many things to think about, like introducing yourself to a ton of new people, cooking dinner every night, sorting out your room, of course, learning a ton of new things and preparing project work. So you don't want to make your life harder and more stressful by showing up to class on the first day not prepared. It seems obvious, right? And that only noobs would show up to class without any supplies. But unfortunately, architecture and interior design aren't like other degrees, and you can't just show up with a pen, a notebook, and a laptop. You're going to need so many more art supplies, drawing tools, and model making equipment than you realise. Now, hopefully your university or college has sent you like a checklist of supplies so you have time to gather them. If not, then I've put together this page of items that my university asked me to purchase back in the day. I hope it's helpful. So feel free to screenshot this, or if it's easier, I've left you some links in the description. Also download Adobe Creative Cloud student version, as you'll 100% need that to do any kind of presentation work. But I would say hang on to architectural software, don't download those just yet because each university has their own that they prefer to teach. And also your college will either give you a really big discount on the software or even give you a free deal as your time as a student. Now I know I'm going to sound like a really annoying parent when I say this, but don't leave everything to the last minute. When you're studying architecture, you already have so much less time to do social stuff compared to your peers. So the only way to survive having a social life and getting the work done is to perfect the art of time management. I can honestly say that if you don't dedicate certain days of the week to specific tasks, then you'll see all your work just pile up in a horrible, ugly mess. And then not only are you left with a big bundle of project work to do in a short period of time, which, let's face it, is not even viable to finish in one go. And two, you really do not need that stress level to reach 1,000,000. Calendar block, write in a planner, set alarms and timers, write to-do lists, whatever it is you need to do to stay on top of assignments, projects and deadlines. Take it from someone who tried to create a whole sketchbook in one night before the hand-in. Love that for me. My third piece of advice is a bit odd and not what most people tell you, I guess, which is don't take your professor's critiques to heart and know when to ignore them. Now, of course, don't always ignore them because at the end of the day, your grades and your level of work need to be good, right? I'm just trying to tell you that there are going to be moments during your college experience where your lecturers will give you negative feedback and that will eat at your self-esteem. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, don't take it to heart. They're not Bjarke Ingels or Zaha Hadid at the end of the day. What you have to remind yourself is that just like any other creative profession, opinions are subjective. Just like some people think one movie is the greatest film of all time and some people don't. Laszlo and I watched Nomadland the other day, you know, the one that won the Oscars, and I can honestly say it was one of the worst films I've seen in a long time. But hey, that's just my opinion. So if your professor says to make your building blue rather than black, you have to be the one to determine if you think it will elevate your project or not. Of course, what I'm talking about here are the aesthetic sides of your work. I'm not talking about functionality and viability because usually they only have one solution. You know, just like science and math has only one right answer. So maybe listen to them on that side of things. But for example, if you don't agree with one of their critiques, don't just kiss their ass and follow what they say and change your work to be something that you don't even agree with. Like so many people do, by the way. Back up your idea and tell them why you think your proposal would work. Really fight for what you want. I think that a lot of students who are at university treat it like it's school, where you have to please teachers and get good grades. Get that idea out of your head. You're there to develop your skills so that you can be the best designer or architect you can be when you graduate. Because in real life, in a working environment, there's no grades to achieve. You have to present your ideas to a team and explain to them why it's a good scheme that will work. One thing I think students should do more is take up as many IT classes as you can, especially if they're free. When you graduate, you're expected to know so many different varieties of software, and it's pretty intimidating. But if you actually bother to sign up to do some Adobe masterclasses or some lessons in a 3D software, you'll really lessen that pressure to learn a new software when you graduate. Why wouldn't you use all the resources available to you whilst they're free? By learning different software, you're really investing in yourself as a designer for the future. Other than learning history, the design process, and creating mind-blowing schemes, I would say that learning architectural software is the main thing you should be focusing on whilst you're at college. Sometimes when you're studying, you're going to hit roadblocks. Maybe you have no inspiration for a project, or maybe you're not too sure on how to execute something technically on a particular software. But let me tell you, in the 21st century, where all the information is at our fingertips, you will find an answer. You just have to be willing to look. Places like YouTube have so many resources and guidance for students. I have another video called Things I Wish I Knew Before Starting Design School, so I'll link that at the end of this video for you guys, because in that one I'm a bit harsher about the realities of architecture school. Anyways, try not get to a place where you're really stressed out and you have no idea how to solve your issue. Just keep breaking through pages online and videos until you find the solution, because 9 times out of 10 you'll find it. This point I think you guys will really like, which is to make lots of connections and have a ton of fun. Maybe it sounds completely cliche, but honestly, if I was stuck in the studio hacking away at work, I would have never have met Laszlo or formed really strong friendships with people that honestly I consider my family. I'm not sure if your parents and lecturers want to hear this, but you need to balance doing work and investing in relationships, because they are equally as important. You don't want to be in a position where you work so hard that you forget to live a little and make friendships and partners that could last a lifetime. Otherwise you'll regret it. Also make sure to talk to people from other courses who have different majors, because you learn so much, and in all honesty, most of my friends aren't interior architects. Make as many connections as you can, because you'll find other friends that do really different courses that can inspire you and give you ideas for your design projects. Or maybe they'll be the one to give you your first graduate job. Just being in that uni bubble and talking to so many different people really enriches your college experience, and honestly, sometimes life-changing things can happen. I also have a whole playlist of tips for architects, interior designers, and students, so I've linked that down below for you guys, just in case you need it. If you're new to our channel, then I just want to say welcome. On this channel, we talk about architecture, interior design, and so much more cool creative stuff. So if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe to see videos just like this one. Leave me some kind of studying emoji down below to let me know that you guys enjoyed this video or learned something new. And if you liked it, then please give it a big thumbs up, because by doing that, you actually really help our channel to reach even more people. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!